At 15, my parents dropped me off at my grandparents' farm like a forgotten piece of luggage. They said it was for my own good, but it was really because their perfect little daughter, Chloe, needed to shine. And I was just in the way. I wasn't their golden child, and they made sure I knew it. I remember the day they left me there like it was yesterday. The car pulled up to the gravel driveway. My suitcase was tossed in the back, and that was it. No hugs, no tears, just a quick goodbye from my dad, who couldn't even look me in the eye. My mom, Deb, only said, "We'll call you soon." But we both knew that was a lie. I wasn't worth calling. I wasn't worth staying for. It wasn't the first time I'd been made to feel like the outsider in my own family. Chloe was everything I wasn't. Smart, popular, the perfect daughter. She never had to try, never had to fight for approval. Me, I was just the screw-up, the rebel, the one who could never get it right. I was the disappointment, the one my parents couldn't be bothered to care about. And when Tyler, my best friend, died in an accident, everything fell apart. My family didn't care. They couldn't even give me a moment to grieve. The funeral was just another event for them to check off the list. So there I was, alone on that farm, with nothing but the weight of the world on my shoulders and the sound of crickets for company. It was supposed to be a punishment, but for me, it was the first step toward rebuilding my life. Because when you're abandoned by the people who should love you, you don't stay broken for long. You have to rebuild yourself, or get lost forever. When the car drove away, I was left standing there, feeling like I'd just been erased. My parents didn't care to see me off. It was like I didn't matter anymore. They were more focused on Chloe, their perfect daughter, and their image of the family they wanted to present to the world. Me, I was the mistake, the failure, and they'd had enough of me. I watched the dust rise behind the car as it disappeared down the dirt road, and for a long while, I just stood there. My grandparents came out to meet me, but their presence felt like an afterthought. Grandpa nodded as he approached, wiping his hands on a rag from his work on the farm. He looked at me with a steady gaze, his face unreadable, like he was used to disappointment but didn't hold it against me. He didn't offer a welcome. Just a simple, "You're home now?" That was it. No judgment. No questions. Just acceptance. Grandma, on the other hand, gave me a warm, almost relieved smile, as if she'd been waiting for me to come. She wrapped me in a hug that felt like it had been saved for years, a quiet promise of safety and comfort that I hadn't known in so long. It wasn't the warm embrace I wanted from my parents, but it was something. And for the first time in a long time, I didn't feel completely alone. The first few weeks were awkward. I didn't know how to act around them. I didn't trust anyone to really care about me. I was still bracing for the inevitable guilt trips, the judgment, the fixing, of me that I had grown used to at home. But that never came. The work on the farm was hard, but it gave me something to focus on. Grandpa and Scott, my uncle, showed me the ropes, teaching me how to fix fences, care for the animals, and even build things from scratch. The physical labor was exhausting, but it kept my mind from spiraling. When I messed up, nobody yelled. Nobody criticized. Scott would just quietly correct me, show me a better way, and move on. There was no pressure, no punishment. For the first time, I started to believe that maybe I wasn't completely hopeless. Maybe I could learn. Maybe I could be something other than the failure my parents made me feel like. At night, I'd lie in bed, listening to the silence of the farm, the wind rustling through the trees, and I'd finally let myself breathe. I wasn't perfect, and I didn't have to be. I was just me, and that was enough.